Greetings and welcome to the Reparenting Daily podcast. In this podcast, we'll dive deep into reparenting, exploring all of the tools and resources that you'll need to help you along your journey. This podcast is divided into 3 sections. The first is a daily reading. The second is a discussion of the reading followed by suggested journal prompts. And the last section is a peaceful meditation for closing. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening from whenever and wherever you're joining us today. I'm so glad that you're here as we continue on this journey of self-expansion and growth. If this is your first time, welcome. Before we dive in, a quick reminder. Like, share, and subscribe to this podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube. Your support here helps spread the word and grow this community of self-reparenting. Now for a few updates. First, I'm excited to introduce our Patreon community, where for a small monthly fee, you can join us for 3 weekly reparenting support meetings. Sundays, we have a guided meditation for emotional grounding. On Tuesdays, we have a book club discussion for deeper discussions and growth. And on Thursdays, we have open topic conversations for real-time support on any topics that may come up. You can find all of the details about what's included in this community by going to the Reparenting Daily website and checking out the community tab. In addition, we now have a WhatsApp support group, a global network of fellow travelers available anytime you need encouragement, guidance, or simple connection. This is just one of the many ways we're building a strong, supportive space for your reparenting journey. The next announcement is that I've just released my first few books. The first is the Reparenting Daily Journal, a structured 365-day guide to help you work through reparenting day by day. Starting in 2025, each month focuses on a key theme with weekly sub-themes. The Reparenting Daily podcast episodes align with the journal, making it an interactive and immersive experience to help you stay focused and ensure real progress this year. Now for the next announcement, I'm thrilled to introduce Fairy Tales for Reparenting Daily, a collection of 3 books inspired by Jungian analysis, mythology, philosophy, psychology, and most importantly, the work of Marie-Louise von Franz. These short, simple stories are designed to help you reconnect with your inner child and experience healing through storytelling. What makes these books unique? Well, at the end of each story, there's a deep dive analysis exploring its themes, explored by journal prompts to help you reflect on how these lessons relate to your personal journey. All of these books are now available on Amazon, so go ahead and take a look and support this project. Reparenting is a journey of growth, iterative change, and continuous improvement. Much like nurturing the bonsai tree, it requires patience, care, consistency, and attention. Thanks for being here and supporting this work, and for committing on your journey of self-expansion. Now, without further ado, let's dive into today's practice. Today's reading is from Emotional Intelligence by Daniel Goleman. Today, we're going to be reading from chapter 8. This is called The Social Arts. This is a reminder we're in May. The theme is emotional regulation. We're in week 2, which is May 15th until the 21st. And the theme for this week is expressing emotions healthily. The social arts. As so often happens to 5 years old with younger siblings, Lynn has lost all patience with Jay, his 2.5-year-old brother, who is making a mess of the Lego blocks they've been playing with. Carried away by a wave of rage, Lynn bites Jay, who breaks into tears. Their mother, hearing Jay's pain, bustles over and scolds Lynn, ordering him to put away those objects of contention, the Lego blocks. At this, what surely must seem as a gross miscarriage of justice, Lynn bursts out into crying. Still peeved, his mother refuses to console him. But Lynn is proffered comfort by an unlikely source, Jay, who, although the original injured party, is now so concerned by his brother's tears that he undertakes a campaign to calm Lynn down. The exchange goes on for some time like this. Lynn, don't, Jay implores. Stop crying, mate, stop it crying. But Lynn still cries, his direct plea a failure. Jay beseeches their mother on Lynn's behalf. Lynn crying, mummy, Lynn crying. Look, me show you, Lynn crying. And then, turning to Lynn, Jay adopts a mothering mode, patting his weeping brother as he reassures him in soothing tones. Look, Lynn, no good crying. Lynn's sobs continue, despite the comforting. So Jay turns to another tactic, leading a helping hand and putting away the Lego blocks in their bag. With a friendly, Lynn, I put it back for Lenny, yeah? Even so, the tears continue. The ever ingenious Jay tries to start another strategy, distraction. Showing his brother a toy car, Jay tries to draw his attention away from the minor strategy that has just befallen him. That's the man here. What's that, Len? What's that? Lynn takes no interest. He's inconsolable. His tears know no end. Losing her patience with him, his mother resorts to a classic parental threat. Do you want me to smack you? To which Len responds with a wavering no. Then just stop it, please, said his mother firmly, but a bit exasperated. Through his sobs, Len manages a pathetic grasping, I'm trying to, which prompts Jay final stream. Barring his mother's firmness and voice of authority, he threatens, Stop crying, Len. Smack your bottom. This microdrama reveals the remarkable emotional sophistication that a toddler of just 30 months can bring to bear trying to manage someone else's emotions. In this urgent attempt to soothe his brother, Jay is able to draw on a large repertoire of tactics, ranging from a simple plea to seeking an ally in his mother, no help, she, to physically comforting him, to lending a helping hand, to distracting him, threats and direct commands. No doubt Jay relies on an arsenal that has been tried with him in his own moments of distress. No matter, what counts is that he can readily put them to use in a pinch even at this very young age. Of course, as every parent of young children knows, Jay's display of emotion, of empathy and soothing, is by no means universal. It is perhaps likely that a child, it takes to make, it is perhaps likely that a child his age will see his siblings upset as a chance for vengeance, and so do whatever it takes to make the upset even worse. The same skills can be used to tease or torment a sibling, but the mean-spiritedness bespeaks the emergence of a crucial emotional aptitude, the ability to know another's feelings and to act in a way that further shapes those feelings. Being able to manage emotions in someone else is the core art of handling relationships. To manifest such interpersonal power, toddlers must first reach a benchmark of self-control, the beginnings of the capacity to damp down their own anger and distress, their impulses and excitement, even if that ability usually falters. Attunement to others often demands a modicum of calm in oneself. Tentative signs of this ability to manage their own emotions emerge around the same period. Toddlers begin to be able to wait without wailing, to argue or cajole to get their way rather than using brute force, even if they do not always choose this ability. Patience emerges as an alternative to tantrums, at least occasionally, and signs of empathy emerge by age 2. It was Jay's empathy, the roots of compassion that drove him to try so hard to cheer up his sobbing brother, Len. Thus, handling emotions in someone else, the fine art of relationships, requires the ripeness of 2 other emotional skills: self-management and empathy. With this base, the people skills ripen. These are the social components that make for effectiveness in dealing with others. Deficits here can lead to ineptness in the social world or repeated interpersonal disasters. Indeed, it is precisely the lack of these skills that can cause even intellectually brightest founders to flounder in their relationships, coming off as arrogant, obnoxious, or insensitive. These social abilities allow one to shape an encounter, to mobilize and inspire others, and to thrive in intimate relationships, to persuade and influence, and to put others at ease. Thank you. And that's the reading for today. Welcome back. Welcome back. This passage from Emotional Intelligence by Daniel Goleman highlights the early emergence of emotional, emotional and social intelligence as seen in the behavior of two young siblings. Jay, though only 2.5, displays a remarkable capacity for empathy, emotional regulation, and social influence as he tries to comfort and redirect his older brother's life, Len, who is overwhelmed by emotion. Jay uses a wide range of tactics: pleas, soothing words, physical comfort, distraction, and even threats, demonstrating an innate emotional repertoire, typically cultivated over years. This scene illustrates that even at a young age, the roots of emotional intelligence are present and can profoundly shape interpersonal interactions. For this week's theme of expressing emotions healthily, this reading underscores the importance of recognizing, managing, and responding to others' emotions with empathy and skill. Jay's instincts to comfort and regulate his brother shows how emotional intelligence is not just internal self-management, but also deeply relational. It highlights how empathy, and emotional attunement form the foundation of healthy emotional expression, setting the stage for effective communication later in life. When nurtured, these social arts become the emotional scaffolding that supports trust, understanding, and resilience in relationships. As we move on to the journal prompts today, number 1, what is the last time you instinctively tried to comfort someone else? What did you do, and how did it feel? Number 2, how do you typically respond to another person's emotional distress? Are you more likely to comfort, fix, avoid, or mirror the emotions? And number 3, what childhood messages did you receive about expressing and managing your emotions? And how have those messages affected your behavior in the present day? That's it for today. As always, thanks so much for being here. Take care of yourself, and please do be well. Welcome back. Welcome back. Now, this is the third and final section of the daily podcast. This is your silent meditation. Please go ahead and find a space where you can be comfortable and undisturbed, where you can relax and spend some time with yourself for this 10-minute silent meditation. You can choose to be sitting, standing, lying down, or in whatever position makes you comfortable today. Take a moment to simply be with yourself. Focus on your breath and gently connect with each part of your body. If thoughts arise, don't let them overwhelm you. Just observe them without attachment. Imagine them as leaves drifting down atop a river, passing by without needing your engagement. Stay present, grounded, and open to this moment, no matter what time you are listening and practicing this meditation. Namaste.